YouTube family? Greg D here, back with another Dcuo video. And today I wanted to make a very short video talking about how, or should I say, what is the best weapon for each role in the game. Now, before we get going here, disclaimer, this is what I believe are the best weapons for each role. You may think differently. If you want, leave your comment down below in the comment section. Let me know what you think is the best weapon per each role, but this is what I believe. We'll talk about weapon mastery, we'll talk about ranged, melee. Honestly, you know, it's everyone's going to have a different opinion, like I said, but this is what, like I said, I believe is the best. Now, I know we've talked about weapon mastery, how to spec into weapon mastery. So for DPS roles, we'll go into weapons here. So for DPS, what I personally enjoy, now you have to remember too that if you have a power that just uses the advanced mechanic like ice or mental, something like that, fire, something where you can just basically go through and do your powers, not have to use the weapon at all, then it really doesn't matter what weapon you use. You can use dual wield, you can use hand blaster, you can use rifle, you can use whatever you want. Now, but if you have a power where you're going to be doing weapon attacks and the power attacks, like I said, in DPS role, then I would highly suggest going, as I mentioned before, brawling into martial arts is a good one. Hand blaster is a good one. Is another good weapon mastery. Hand blaster into bow is a good one down here. You also have to remember too that I don't have, let me go to show you one of the weapon masteries that I do have, which is in fact brawling. So what you do is when you come down here, you'll have your two ranged ones and you'll have your two melee ones. So depending on whether you like being melee or ranged, that can also differentiate which weapon that you use, which weapon mastery you spec into as well. So for tank, what I would do personally is one-handed, because you have to remember that you're doing all melee, and one-handed is probably one of the quickest like melee weapons in the game, because, and then you'll have this as well. So once again, you can spec into weapon mastery here, but personally I would probably go with one-handed if I was a tank. So now remember, now with controlling and healing, you're not really going to be focusing on damage so much. You're going to be focusing on giving your group power or healing your group. So your main focus isn't going to be damage. So in this case, it really, like I said, once again, I feel like it doesn't really matter what you use. But personally, when I have healed, I have usually gone with something that is ranged as opposed to melee, because you don't obviously want to be a controller or healer and have melee damage, because you don't want to have aggro on yourself. You want to make sure that you're leaving the aggro for your tank, so that the tank can take the brunt of the damage, and then your DPSs can burn the ads or the boss or whatever it is. So usually, like I said, controllers and healers kind of stay back. So what I would do is I would go for ranged weapons. So once again, hand blaster is a good one that I've used time and time again for healing. Two-handed is another one that I've used time and time again. The two-handed weapon mastery is very, very fast. The hand blaster weapon mastery hits very, very hard. Brawling into martial arts, once again, hits very, very hard. So these are things that, like I said, you're not going to be focusing on the damage, but if it were me, like I said, with both controlling and healing, you're going to be staying back, so you want a good ranged weapon. Bow is another one. And you know, to be honest, you don't even really need weapon mastery if you are focusing on other roles besides DPSing. You can get away with it with tank, I think, but as far as controlling and healing, if you're going to be focusing solely on those, don't worry about weapon mastery. Don't worry about speccing in to weapon mastery at all. Just go for your
75 out of 100. Then I'll have 200. Fuck. Whatever the fuck.
Okay. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. So, once again, like I said, what you want ranged weapon for sure, with controlling, with healing. And like I said, don't spec into weapon mastery at all. Focus your points on whatever specific points, skill points you need for that role. So whether it be vitalization, restoration, whatever the case is. So with that, guys, I hope this excuse me, hope this video was very helpful for you. I hope it gave you a little bit of insight as far as what I would do. Hopefully you try it out, you find something that you like, and then you can become a better player. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe as always. And until next time, guys, we'll see you soon.